No, we cannot. Actually, a little bit. Yeah, now we can see it.
The picture that makes it.
All right, cool. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Kingdom of Giants. I am going rogue with the phone audio. There's so many problems, but we got them all fixed here. But we have the guys, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
What's up? I am Dana, and I am the vocalist of Kingdom of Giants.
And I am Truman. I am the drummer in Kingdom of Giants.
Well, guys, it's been a while since I've had you on last. Too long. Hey, well, listen, we'll make sure it's not as long the next time. But I have been following you guys for quite a minute. Obviously, absolutely loved Passengers. That was probably one of my favorite albums that came out. I think it was in 2021. 2020. Okay, 2020. So I absolutely love that album. I have it on vinyl. I should have brought it to get it signed, but hindsight's yeah. I showed it in the other video. So, but absolutely love that album. You know, how has that response been? You also have a new song out. You know, how has the response been on this tour thus far with the new music?
This is honestly like, we've done 2 tours besides this one since the album came out, correct?
Since the pandemic and the album.
So we've had the chance to play them a couple times now, but I think it's finally getting to the point where it's been out long enough, and it seems to be the album that people have gravitated to the most for us. So like, we're playing a lot of those songs. You know, we have short sets. We're still an opener out here, and we only get 25 minutes, so we got to choose our songs wisely. So we got to play the new one, and we got to play a lot of Passenger because we haven't got a chance to play it live. So, but after 2.5 years now, people are starting to know the words, and they know the songs now, and the response has been crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's been the first time that we got to really see people react and respond live in this way, where they know words and all that fun stuff. So it's finally grown into something. Yeah.
I feel like whenever I get to see, obviously a lot of bands took that time off during 2020, 2021, and I think it's great that tours are back. Obviously, love seeing live shows. But I'm excited to listen to the Passenger stuff because unfortunately, last time you guys were here, missed out. Not make that mistake again. You guys know that I won't. But I have been I am something. No, I absolutely love what you guys have been doing, and going further, I think the sound, what you guys were doing with Passenger, even with the new song, it just feels like the next continuation of it. Cool. I have to ask, is there a new album in the works? Is there,
No, dude, we're just gonna put out that one song and bail.
Damn, we're done.
Gotta quit while we're in it.
No, 100% album in the works. It's this process, like mid-pandemic, album was done. We were supposed to go overseas with Alaska for their final tour, and literally that day that we were all meeting up to start prepping for the tour, the world shut down. All our friends were over there on tour. They were coming home. No one wanted to get trapped. Everything started getting crazy. We were like, okay, like Passenger wasn't done at that point, but the instrumentals were done. Mm-hmm. We're like, we need to take this time right now to finish this album. So we dove in, we finished that album, and then we're like, what do we do with this? We had, a bunch of months, and we thought at that time, like, okay, some bands are like holding off on, because a lot of bands had albums done, but they didn't want to put them out because you can't tour on it. If you can't tour on it, you're losing everything. Yeah. You're losing playing to the fans, you're losing income, everything. So it came to October, and we were like, we keep hearing it's going to be opening up in the fall. It's going to be opening up in the spring. And we were just like, not that like, okay, the world just needs music, and we all needed something right now, and like, let's just like put it out. So we just put it out, and then it didn't open back up, and we didn't get to play them live. So we started writing again immediately, because we didn't really have anything much to do. And the whole writing process for this new stuff has been completely different. I had moved down to Los Angeles, which is like 8 hours away from the boys, and we had to figure out how to write again. Yeah. So it's been a challenge, and we write, like, if you heard 10 or 11 songs, we only wrote 10 or 11 songs for that record. We've never been that band to write 20 songs and cut it down. Yeah. That has never happened. We just really, I don't know if it was, like, we never had that, like, I don't want to say luxury. It's like, we never had that, like, we weren't just pumping out songs. We would just work on a song until it was done, and then we'd move on to the next one. But this has been completely different. We're sending audio. Everyone in the band knows how to use a DAW now, which is completely new. So everyone's writing. We send sessions all over the place. We haven't been like physically all together as much, but we wrote like 30 songs. But none of them have been, we haven't been ready. You know, we're just like, that ain't it. That ain't it. You know, like we finally found a thing with Passenger. Like we've always loved every record we've always put out, but like Passenger hit differently to everybody, and we love it. It's our favorite album, and we just need to make sure that what comes out next is that or better or whatever you want to say. So we have written so many songs, and we just are slowly dwindling it down to what we feel is
Was right.
right. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're getting to that point now. You know, we're getting there.
What's your thoughts, Truman?
Yeah. Different process, obviously longer process. We have more time and resources than we have, but then also more obstacles. Like he was mentioning, us all kind of getting self-sufficient with our own writing situations at home has been better, but then also it's just another thing to incorporate. Now everyone's passing things along constantly. So maybe that's why we're able to get more demos and starts than we have in the past, because before it was kind of like if you were going to invest time into a song, everyone had to be all in agreement that it was worth another second of any of our time.
Totally.
But now we're kind of seeing ideas through and then having to filter them. And yeah, it's just a different process. And on top of that, we, as he was mentioning, we don't just put things out for the sake of putting them out. Yeah. And we really have to all believe 100% in what we're doing. And so, and after the reaction to Passenger and what it's done for us and how it hit people, we are just really, really trying to make sure that what we do is the next step for that, up and forward for that. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, and I think that's probably why I enjoyed Passenger so much, because it's so concise. Like from front to back, I can listen to it from Two Sons, you know, all the way to the end, the ride. Like there's something about it where you guys don't miss a beat throughout the entire album. And not that, and I, you know, have been following you guys for quite a while. So like I can hear the progression that you guys have made over many years. And I felt like with this thus far, like if you had told me, hey, like we only worked on these 10 tracks and this is all we worked on, and we methodically put everything in order in that way, I 100% believe you. And even if that wasn't the case or not, like it just feels so concise, and the way that the writing process had gone with that album was just, at least to me, one of the more concise like metalcore albums that if I had to recommend an album to someone else, that would be well on my list of albums to give a listen to, because there's such a way of how you guys wrote this sort of stuff, and the way that everything kind of went, that I'm excited to see the new stuff, because if you guys are taking that much dedication to that album, I can only imagine with the demos right now that you're taking that due process and care with that.
Yes, 100%. And we wouldn't take this long to put something else out if we didn't care about it. You know, we've just never been that band. It's like, first of all, easy. We've never made any money from this band ever. Yeah, it'd be straight up.
Sure.
Never.
Transparency.
Being transparent.
Yeah.
So keeping that in mind, quality over quantity is so much. We're not just pumping out albums to pump out albums, you know, because it's like, oh, let's get an album out so we can get a bunch of money. I've never seen any money, so I don't care if it takes 10 years to put out a new record. I'm just not down unless I think it's awesome. So it's basically where we're at.
It's also the longevity too. Like I can go back and listen to that album probably 10 years from now and still enjoy it. You know, that's kind of, to me, like I'd rather have a band take more time on it. Like if I know they're going to be like very methodical about how they're writing it, I'd rather have them take more time doing it. Like I know other people are like, you know, you guys just released a new song, I need another new song, you know, like.
And that being said, hopefully we don't put in all this time and it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's gonna be the case, but I do feel like with the new stuff out, and obviously you guys playing it live, I think it gets you out to more audiences, and every state I'm sure has been great thus far until now.
I mean, I just obviously have to just shout Fit for a King for bringing us out on this. It's their headliner. It's their biggest headliner they've ever done for sure, and to just choose us and trust us to open it. And it's just an honor, and it's a privilege, and they put us in front of new fans every single night. It's just something that's like something we can just be
Unreal.
forever grateful for. You know what I mean?
It truly, yeah, it's unreal for them to give us this platform at this time, and we've never been a part of something that's just this insane and full of enthusiasm from the scene.
Sure. Yeah.
And yeah, you know, we haven't gotten to play a lot of Passenger. This is our third tour, and as long of any of them since it came out. So to be able to share it with this many people and see that there were people that connected with it over that time, and then people that are hearing it for the first time, lots of them, thanks to them. We're so fortunate for that. And yeah, just I am very excited that now we are playing all these new songs that we love and we believe in and love playing, and people's reaction to it is it, you know. And so
They're so fun to play too.
so fun to play.
I've seen some clips, so I know I'm very excited to see you guys this time around. What is your favorite song in the set thus far that you guys haven't been having a ball playing?
Already.
Dude, I still love playing Sync.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. You were hot on that one from the go, and I was so lukewarm on it as a live song, and
Now you've come around.
I can't hate. I can't argue with the people and the facts and what I see.
People so crazy.
People do go so crazy for that one. I like closing our set with Wayfinder a lot. It is a fun. Spoilers, you know, for that one. But yeah, just on drums in particular, and that one is one that I hear people a lot on and stuff. So to close with that one is always like such a blast.
I will say when I originally listened to Passenger, I was like, I don't know if Bleach is that song for me. Like that's the one in the set that I'm like, I'm not sure. Then now I've been listening to it a ton at the gym, and I'm like, shit, this one's good.
You know what the problem is? The problem with that one is that I mixed it. It's like you hear it on the record, and you're like, this one sounds out of place. It's like, oh, Dana mixed that in.
I don't think it's out of place. I just think it's the way that the rhythm is. Like it's just got this bounce to it that I didn't really feel like hit me initially.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's one that I just throw in a rotation.
Song. It is so fun live.
Yeah, it was my next pick for my favorite live song, and it's just the oldest song in the set, and it still just does it for me live.
Yeah. It just there's so hits.
It's so nuts.
The next question I have for you guys is, what is like your Mount Rushmore of bands? Like if you have 4 bands in there on your Mount Rushmore, who are on there?
Oh man, Alpha Wolf.
What's the store back?
Fit for a King, maybe. Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
serious way, I do feel like at least I mean, speaking for myself or whatever.
Not on this tour.
Not on the story yet. I was going to say, I mean, those are the bands. That's kind of the position we're in. It's hard for me to think of bands outside of this tour that I would. Yeah, I would love to tour with Gideon, and I'm a sucker for drummers, so. You know, Gideon, I would love to tour again with Ocean's 8 Alaska because
Christian,
man. So yeah, so I'll go any other amazing drummers that I can learn, soak up from. That's my focus, you know.
Dana?
I've always wanted, I also look at it from like a friends thing. I've always wanted to go out with Era because those are my boys and we've never toured together. We had one in mid-pandemic that was supposed to happen. That didn't happen. And then we did Bad Omens. When we supported Boo, right? In Spite, that was cool, but like they're the homies, so going out back with them when we feel like maybe we've both grown a bit, especially them.
As I was gonna say,
oh my god. And wouldn't mind going out with like Dayseeker again. We toured with them a long time back in the day, and those are the homies too. So it'd be cool to just like reenact some.
You bringing it back to friends, like some of our longest friends who have seen success now and wanting to share some of it with them and whatever, like that kind of just reminded me the fact that we toured with Fit for a King like 11 years ago.
Oh, wow.
It was my first ever tour and I was like 17. And so the fact that they brought us back out now and their journey has just been this crazy.
Oh yeah.
I'm just even that more grateful for it all.
I mean, I do agree with you guys. This tour is like the quintessential metalcore tour. Like I can't argue with the facts because it very much is that. But I would love to see you guys go out with like Gideon and Ocean's 8. So I don't. What do we have to do? I mean, come on, let's go. That'd be really sick. Yeah, those are some good bands. But the next question I have for you guys, obviously you're on the road, so during those times you have plenty of time to listen to music. What are you guys currently jamming in the bus right now?
See,
I feel like Dana's got some controversial picks based on what Truman's looking.
Breaking Points podcast.
Dana's more of a, like, take the time to learn kind of guy.
Oh, fair. I'm kind of the same way.
So it depends on the time of day. If I like grab a morning shift or something, like I'm still throwing on the midnight. You know what I mean? I'm still throwing that on. I listen to a lot of like, I weirdly get a lot of inspiration lyrically from like dark folk stuff, like Lord Huron or like the Lord on Drugs, or sorry, the War on Drugs, and like I love bands like that. I feel like they just come from like this different place, and it's just like I like to grab inspiration from there. I like to listen to a lot of rap too, that just because of patterns with screaming and everything, and like, getting influence from that world, I think is really cool. I love like J. Cole and all that. So yeah, those are my kind of picks. Yeah.
We are on tour with some of my favorite bands for a long time. So hearing the songs, obviously I've been jamming North Lane a lot. But as I mentioned, huge Gideon fan. They just dropped a new album. Shouts, everyone support. So I've been jamming that. And then, outside of the genre, I take a lot of influence, and I like to listen to a lot of stuff outside of the genre. So I have been listening to a lot of keeping it with our kind of theme of sort of synthy, retro synthy stuff that we all like. I've been jamming a lot of that, like hotel pools and stuff. So I'm deep on that. Okay. And then also my buddy who's a pop drummer has been with this chick Lizzie McAlpine, and she's got
nice.
Album, so
she's
stay diverse.
World too.
Almost. Yeah. Great lyricism, cool emotions.
So listen to a lot of Kingdom of Giants pre-pro.
Yeah, grind doesn't stop, guys. Grind doesn't stop.
Right? New music.
Get home, I can just
rush the rest of this real quick. Yeah, there's been a music out. Yeah.
There we go. Well, that's something to look forward to, guys. New music on the horizon.
It's true.
The next question I have for you guys is, if you were to compile a musical supergroup, who would be in that band?
Here we go. Maybe I'll try to keep our brains into just like the genre or something. Is that what we're gonna? This is tough. Otherwise, I don't. This is hard.
Second time on, I can't make it easy for you.
Yeah, we've got to really get the gears grinding. Get them grinding.
I'm putting Truman on drums.
Woo! Ooh, fire.
I'm putting Jesse Cash on guitar. I'm putting Noah on vocals. I'm putting
Just slapping the bass.
It's John Alpha Wolf.
Ooh, John. Shout outs.
Yeah. What we got left? We got another guitar. We could add another guitar.
I mean,
You could.
have
Yeah.
our
You
lineup.
could have whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's yours.
It's your lineup, bro. Me playing guitar.
Wow. All right. Flex.
I can't play anything. I can't play anything. Maybe I make it a 4-piece. No, I would love to hear what that band sounds like.
Ooh, and then Jesse maybe doing some backup vocals.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Versatile guy.
clean. All right. Truman, what you got?
Lots of pressure. That is a tough lineup to follow up. I would throw maybe throw Chris Turner on drums. Maybe rock with that. It is hard. We are on tour with such good band. John Northlane on guitar and all production and everything else going on with the sounds. It's such a unique palette. I would have to put Tuck on bass for the vibes, and now the vocals are just absolutely dialed in as well. Man, and it's tough. It's tough. Do I get a versatile guy who I love? You know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of stole Noah. That's a high score. I would want to yoink maybe JT, because JT rushed everything as well. And, he's the boy. And
That would be sick.
very capable.
That's a clean lineup. You guys took the challenge, and
There's rich energy in this lineup. That's all I'm going to say.
Can Kingdom play that tour?
Yeah.
Those two bands. We can
rip those people. That would be a crazy. I always think that if that would be the craziest thing, if someone took like all of these members and made like a super group. I just want that to be my claim to fame. Like, if someone just like, so I watched this one podcast, and like this guy said like, Dana from like Kingdom of Giants said this really sick like lineup, and we just thought, so we went and did it, so It'd be your claim to fame too, so
It's ours.
can't take all. We can share it.
When the supergroups take over the playlists and all the plays and streams are nothing but supergroup collabs, we'll know where to come back to.
The next question I have for you is there a song that you wish that you wrote?
I say that all the time. I wish I wrote.
I'm ready.
Truman, what do you got?
4D by North Lane. 4D by North Lane gets me in the feels, and it's something that is just so creative to me.
I'm so excited to see Marcus. I haven't seen him play. I haven't seen him with North Lane, so
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm gonna cry probably.
God of Fire. It fit. Never seen something go so hard in my life.
Yeah, you're right.
It
Yeah.
goes.
He's got a fit.
Huh?
What'd you say?
God of Fire. By Fit. By Fit for Kick. The song just goes so.
Translates live so well. People instantly hear it and just decide that they need to just lose their minds. So it's something about that. It was written, I think, to throw down.
Yeah. I love
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I gotta say, I'm excited for them to play Eyes Rolled Back. Every time I hear that come on in the gym, I'm like, yeah, I could feel it busting out. It's great.
Nice.
Any Kingdom of Giants song I've been putting you guys on in my workout, and I'm just like, yeah, like next game.
Dana gets people going and motivated like few other vocalists. I will say it's something I'm really proud of, that I'm a part of that, is that he gets people into that frenzy.
He puts you in the headspace.
I'll take it. He puts me in that place. You know?
And then his black fit goes live. I respect it, you know.
That's a whole new thing too. That's a whole new.
He had, listen, Sleep Token was first, and now,
Yeah. I robbed his fit hard.
Except for without the mask.
Yeah, but
You should just show up there with a mask on there.
you can't put a mask over that face.
That's true.
Come on, now it's the money.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Let us know. Is it in the moneymaker with the cost? We need to know. It's just for science purposes. Next question I have for you guys. You know, you have been around the block for a little bit. What is a deep cut Kingdom of Giants song? A song that you feel like, man, I wish this one got a little bit more love.
True.
I'm gonna have to go back for this one. I refuse.
You refuse?
I refuse to go back.
Oh, okay. I thought you refused my answer.
No. I will go back. I will go back to something mentioned in this interview by you.
Which would be the last song on our album Passenger, called The Ride. Okay.
We don't. Courtney. Shouts to Courtney. We haven't played it live yet. We don't have any music video for it or anything. So it's one that it doesn't come to my mind, and I don't hear people whatever as much, but like making that song was a lot of fun, and the drums are a lot of fun to play. We have incredible vocal performances from everyone on that.
Agreed.
Yeah, and just to end the album with that. So that's one that I
The
can't.
Slammer, yeah.
Thank you. Someday give it its fair due. Maybe when we get to play Passenger in its entirety one day or something, that would be
Sign me up.
So fun.
Sharptone, sign me up.
sign me up too, bro.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I almost lightweight forgot about the song because it just doesn't get enough love. It's hard. Sometimes I listen to the album from to back because you kind of have to just stop after a while, and I'll just be like, oh, this one's on here. I forgot about this one. If we don't play it live, they're easy to just kind of forget about. But yeah,
I will say that.
Yeah.
And also, anytime Burner comes on, the like ghost notes and stuff with Truman.
Just say you won't have to wait too long tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, a little fun fact for the people on the ride. I love that song so much, but it's something that's, when you make music, sometimes things slip through the cracks, or you'll hear a thing after it's been put out or whatever, and it just eats you alive or whatever. And there was a lead that Julian, our guitar player, threw around, and then I don't know if it ever got put down into whatever. And I still listen to that song with this.
With the lead?
I never made it to the record. I still have a pre-pro version. I have a pre-pro version on my phone with this still that I jam personally.
That's a flex.
So if you play it live,
You just imagine. You gotta edit it.
add it in live, and then we'll release a live something for it, and then people will hear it and they'll know what I've been raving about.
I don't know. It's gonna be for like a very specific group of people.
Deep
cuts. I think Truman. I'm just gonna pay Truman to send it to me so that I can reveal to you.
have the MP3.
the mix good.
Is the mix good? Yes.
Is it my pre-pro?
It's a Dana pre-pro, so I say it slaps. So I'd say it slaps if you like bleach.
That's rough.
No, it's a deep cut right there.
That was, yeah.
I mean, they're referencing this, so we're good.
All right, guys. And then the last question, I've been asking this a lot in my online interviews, and I feel like I have to ask you guys this. I love interviewing bands. It's been a passion of mine for many, many years.
Crush it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Blessed. But why do you guys make music? Why is it important to you guys? Because, like, obviously, touring is very grueling. It's expensive, you know. Come out and see these guys live. Go early. Go see them. But, like, you know, why do you spend this time to do it? Because you realistically could be doing anything else.
I know. It's just, dude, you're just...
Not in a bad way.
You know, I know. You're just here for such a short time on this planet, you know, and I just feel like when you just find something that makes you feel a certain way...
Regardless if there's money or not involved, if you can be one of the people that's lucky enough to do it, then you gotta do it, and you almost have to. And it's like we've made it this far, and like it's sometimes we gotta get ourselves in check if we're like down about how something's going, and we're like, look at how many checkpoints along this path that
a previous version of ourselves would have not believed that we got to.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
You know, so it's just, we're just so lucky to do it. And it's just it's almost like an undescribable feeling to whether it's creating something or it's like, maybe it's not one big feeling. Maybe there's like a little part of making it through that, because the struggle of making something is hard.
Oh,
Coming up with the music is hard. Coming up with who's going to mix it is hard. Coming out with the release plan is hard. Music video is hard.
yeah. Shout outs to Dana on the music video.
Selling is hard. Playing on the stage is hard. So it's like, if you were to look at it from your perspective, you're just like, why do they do this? But it's like this little feeling of from start to finish, these little micro feelings all along the way for me are what do it. Like when like everyone in the room agrees, like all of a sudden we press play at the end of a day that we wrote a new song, and there's that part where we all go, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's that moment.
The hype moments.
Yeah. It's moments, you know, and then, you know, getting a tour offer, like getting this tour offer, the feeling that you get when you see that email, you're like, yo.
There's no way. Yeah.
No way. It's like, then getting on stage and coming out and.
Sick.
Okay.
You guys couldn't hear that.
Coming out and like, this is one of the first tours that like, if I don't do a line and I put the mic out, I can hear people out there. That's
Dang
a
it.
moment. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So it's not one thing. It's definitely a combination of the whole process, and just looking back on our first tour and now and just being like, dude,
Look how far we come.
so much work has been put in.
Yeah. I feel that.
It's just so worth it, you know?
Truman?
Yeah. Those things definitely keep you going. I think for me, it's like, I think individually we all have something that we feel like we can't not do. It's like an obligation to ourselves to do this, to express ourselves in this way, and to do that. Like I always tell people in my life, like I would still play my instrument if it was just me on earth alone in a drum set.
Sure, yeah.
Just sit around and play drums because I love it, you know? And so that gets you started, and that's what we all, and then we get into this collective and form this brotherhood. So now you're creating something with your best friends and going through all these experiences, and that keeps you kind of motivated and going. And then you see the growth and these milestones, as he was saying, and those help keep you going. So it's all these things working together that overcome the, you know, I still will always say, no matter what, I think that this will be the hardest thing. It's just the hardest thing from a collaborative perspective, from a work ethic and work perspective, and from a testing you mentally and physically perspective. And you have to rely on your love for music and how it makes you feel and how seeing it affect other people makes you feel. And you have to take that fuel. You have to look at your friends and that you're in this thing with your friends and you guys are out on these adventures and creating stuff that people like and enjoy, and that keeps you going. And so, yeah, you know, like we were on a tour, as I was saying, when we found out about this tour, and it's like that is a uniting thing and a motivating thing, and it brings you guys closer. And then you meet the fans and you see it help people or hit people the same way other things have helped you, other artists helped you.
Yeah.
So it all motivates you and keeps you wanting to get through all the other stuff.
I think it's tough. Like, you know, anytime that I have bands on here, like I, you know, obviously have never been in a touring band, but I've known so many touring bands, and I see the struggle. You know, it's. I think we always talk about, oh man, these bands, like, why doesn't this band come to my city or something like that? And that's, I'm sure it's frustrating for you guys, you know, like that.
Let me clear that up. It couldn't have less to do with us.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah. And you know, and I also think like too, that's kind of why I talk about like really, if you can pre-save a song, if you can go buy merch, if you can go buy something of theirs that helps them grow and helps them get to the next place. Maybe if they didn't hit your city this time around, they're gonna hit your city the next run around if you're able to, you know, help them out. And I know, like, it's not me trying to shill or say anything. I genuinely, any band on this tour, like, you need to, here's my wallet.
The 20 now.
It's just like, you know, I think we think about music in that context of like, okay, like they make music for us kind of, and that is kind of true, but somewhat not, because like they make the music because they want to make the music, and you guys are absolutely killing it. And please go see Kingdom of Giants. Like, I've already seen them live already, but I am excited to hear more Passenger stuff, because the last time I don't think there was any Passenger stuff out. So I was right before that. So very excited to listen to it. Guys, tell them where they can find Kingdom of Giants at, what you guys have coming up, all that sort of stuff.
All the classic spots, Instagram, Kingdom of Giants. So we got banned from TikTok instantly from doing a wall of death for our first video, but we're back. We're back. We incited violence instantaneously, but it's back. We're just starting to post stuff on there. It was, Facebook, just all the classic spots, you know. Keep an eye out, we obviously got new music out. We just put out that song Wasted Space. We hope you guys dig that. Check out that music video. We're playing it live, and we got a few more shows left on the Hello We Create tour. So if you can, come out to last one of these few shows. Let's do this.
Wasted Space is a banger and a half. You know, I have to say that at least gave me like 100+ strength at the gym. So just wanna quantify that. You know, all my gym homies out there, it's measurable. Yeah. I checked my Fitbit before I left here. But please go check out Kingdom of Giants. If you have not listened to Passenger, pick that shit up, please. In the links in the description, go follow them on, you know, Spotify, so you don't miss out when they drop a new track, because I'm sure there's some new music coming out this year. So go check it out. Huge thanks to Jessica at Sharp Tone for hooking this up. Much love. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It goes a long way, and hopefully will not be long next time.
Too long.
Yes. Much shorter till next time. Hopefully we've seen you very soon. Not a whole gap in a pandemic and all that.
Jessica, you know, hit me up. All right, guys.
Love you, bro.
Oh,
Dude, you're so good at what you're doing.
thank
It's
you.
a pleasure every time.